Good morning. How the High Court is coming to the rescue of the litigant who knocks the door, sometimes in a different manner. Uh, when Before introduction of 1973 CRPC, 1898 CRPC, an advocate was apprehending arrest. So he approached the Honorable High Court. The High Court permitted him to surrender before the court and execute the bond. That was the first stage of anticipatory bail granted to an advocate. And later on, that concept was introduced. Now I am going to discuss a case where you can understand so many medical complications of the persons who suddenly fall inside the bathroom. And if you just imagine our life Chief Minister Jayalalitha's condition, and this judgment may help you if any case or the after report of the commission, or even before the commission, this case may be placed before that commission, or the cases if anybody challenges the activities of Jayalalitha. The fantastic case. The case was that the a person seems to have a substantially financially sound person fell inside the bathroom, and he sustained grave injuries that resulted him uh, after a prolonging treatment and later the he was reached the stage of uh, uh, comatose state. So that the writ petition was filed instead of filing application for appointment of guardian, stating that the condition of the patient or husband, comatose state, is not facilitating the wife seeking appointment of guardianship. So they have discussed all these acts wherever guardians are being appointed, and so many other acts pertaining to these situations. The writ of mandamus wants that she should be appointed as, and she has stated that after on 22/12/2018 he fell down inside the bathroom, and thereafter he was taken to so many hospitals, and finally they have returned him, stating that he has to lead the rest of life as comatose state. But she was in urgent need of so many financial uh, debt answer, and also since the victim patient before became patient seems to have obtained sale consideration, but the sale deed was not executed. For all this purpose, she wants that she should be appointed as a guardian for her, and so many crores of rupees were said. Then they say, you kindly see, uh, Reserve Bank of India, in order to help sick and disabled people to operate there, has issued a circular. So you have to go through that circular, so and so, dated 19/11/2000, advising the bank to accept guardianship certificate issued under National Trust Act 1999. But the circular has stated is not applicable with respect of person lying in comatose state. Then the several judgments were referred, AR 2011, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2017 and 2016. So these acts were referred wherein guardianship may be appointed. Guardian and what's a Code of Civil Procedure, Indian Lunacy Act 1912 repealed, the Hindu Minority and Guardianship Act 1956, Mental Health Act 1987 repealed, the Persons with Disabilities, Equal Opportunities, Protection of Rights and Full Participation Act 1995 repealed, the National Trust Act for the Welfare of Persons with autism, cerebral palsy, mental retardation and Multiple Disabilities Act 1999. Then finally, the Rights of Person with Disabilities Act 1916 and the Mental Health Care Act 2007. So they have discussed clearly how these acts are not applicable, because this case is separate, is exclusively not befitting any of this act for appointment of guardians. Then they say, they have step by step they have said, bare perusal of the Guardianship Wards Act should show it deals with appointment of guardians qua minors, so that is not applicable. Then so far 1987 Act is it has been repealed. Then Person with Disabilities Act also stand repealed, but one or two provision made is somewhat applicable, but RPW Act was also this. But they say the RPWD Act is concerned, it is enacted with it to give effect to United Nations Convention. So they have given some guidelines, and that act was, but this act makes provisions for rights and entitlement of persons with disability, persons with benchmark disability, and persons with disability with high support needs. There appears to be no provision in this statute concerning persons in comatose state. It is relevant to note that Section 14 of RPWD Act makes provision for guardianship with respect to persons with disability. So the disability means long-term physical, mental, intellectual or sensory impairment which interaction with barriers hinders is full and effective participation in the society equally with others. I can't understand how the Allahabad High Court state that his condition is not be coming under the RP Act. I leave it to the, but however we should appreciate that this division bench has appointed the woman as guardianship, and with several restrictions, and also imposed bar that if any improper maintenance is noticed, the other guardians or relatives may file an application for cancellation and other things. This was the order. So according to me, this they would have extensively interpreted about mingling with the society, because he is in such a state, because his food supply was by pipe to the stomach, and respiration by supports, and he is lying. That stage ought to have been brought within the Section 14 of the RPWD Act. And the Gestem Generis Casa Omissa doctrine would have been applied. And I do not know how this, but the intention of the division bench of the Allahabad was that they want to help the poor woman, and the advocate who appeared for them have a reputation before the court for his social conscious proceedings. AR 2020, Allahabad 202, Uma Mittal vs. Union of India. Kindly go through the judgment and keep this with you, because see, multi number of cases are being reported for having falling inside the bathroom. And our first, one of the president, Fakhruddin Ahmad, also died when he fell down inside the bathroom. And like that, so many VIPs are being succumbed to these sort of injuries. But fortunately, in the given case, he is alive, but no use for others. So somewhat sympathetic consideration was extended. Let us hope how Supreme Court interpret this. Best wishes.